bubble. Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and another episode of We Won't Frickin' Afford That. We are playing as Rhûn on Divide and Conquer version 5. This will be the third episode, and in the previous one we have, first of all, we united the Khan territory, so we got some new ranged troops. Also, we did conquer Lest, which makes us able to buy a port and also to recruit ships so that we can start sailing up the river and attack territories along the way. Dale, for example, but also Dorwinion most likely still has some territories up here to the west. Speaking of Dorwinion, we went straight for Ströndost as soon as we took Lest and captured that one. And we lost quite the amount of troops in the process. Their general's bodyguard was absolute beefcake, to say the least. But also, they somewhere around here they have a full stack. It moved out into the fog of war, so that kind of terrifies me a little bit to not know where that SOB will just turn up. Although this is not Dorwinion, is it? I think Dorwinion should be a bit brighter. This is most likely rather Mordor territory, and that's my bros right there, so I don't think we need to worry. And like I said, our economy is not that great. We have pretty high army upkeep, but we also need to move up here to the Khandish territories, to the Runish territories and make sure to capture them. But we don't really have a lot of units to do that with, so it would be great if we are able to maybe take some of these units, not free upkeep anyway, move them, collect some more from Mistrand and from this fort, and maybe take this settlement. I think that would be aces. Aces indeed. Would also like to actually recruit one more spy. I cannot. Agent limit is reached. Righto. So before I move on to the next turn, right? This spy is running around Dorwinion territory. So I think we've already exhausted all of our movement points. I would like for you to go by here and maybe see if we can take some more territory here, or prioritize the Runish settlements. I think we need to prioritize these. A lot of speculation. But either way, I do believe that we are as ready as we can be to... I think we should move you out of here. You're not free upkeep anyway. So the question is, do we want to push on Dorwinion? That's the $1 million question. Or do we want to push up here to the eastern side and make sure that we make a stand against Dale? I think actually that we will be doing it like this. You will go to Mistrand, and you will be leading that army. The faction leader will be leading it, and then we'll collect these troops as well, and the ones from the fort, and then we'll march on this castle. It's gonna suck, but most likely we'll be able to just siege it for quite a lot of time. And you will move to Lest, because something's telling me that we will need reinforcements in Ströndost. But either way, I do believe that we have exhausted all our movement points. You can't move any further. And you can't move any further. Do we have any quests? No. So we are ready to end the turn. I mean, because we are so poor, we really sprint through these first turns rapidly. I mean, 2 episodes. This is a 3rd episode, and we're already into over 30 turns. Rondost under siege. I could have seen that one coming. They might be from Karasant, whatever those units are. Remnants of Angmar, right? So,
your will.
I don't think we have to go all that way, do we?
As you will. I have come to the end.
So Geo, settlement besieged, right, Strondust is besieged. And I would very much like to know that we can do this, to be honest. What kind of units do I have? We can form a pretty decent shield wall. And also we have some archers, some pokey boys. Yeah. What do you even have? Can we see that, or do we have to sally out to see that? No, you had thorn guards, which can form a spear wall, so that's, I guess, pikemen? And also thorn bladesmen, basic swords, and just vineyard bowmen. The question is, if they attack now, will they get reinforced by this massive blob? Scary stuff. Scary stuff indeed. But also, it's time for us
Tomorrow's journey awaits.
get moving and do some and march on this independent castle, and hopefully
Yes, noble master.
we'll do a great job in sieging that. But
For
oh, we are actually still making money, so maybe I shouldn't be
We march.
I shouldn't be doing a lot of foolish investments, but rather going on market. Trading post would be a good idea, I think. Tradable goods, always a good idea, because I actually do have a pretty decent amount of trade rights.
Yes, my master.
Minas Tirith is reached. I already have trade rights with Gondor, so now moving on to like Rohan, Isengard, etc, etc, etc.
Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Right, end of turn report. We spent a lot of money, still had some income. Lest has got a Mason's Hall. That's great. And now we're making building a trading post there. Recruitment report. Mistrand, you get Deretai warriors, and those are already part of this army, which is sweet. Strandos, you retrain your privateer axemen, which is also great, of course. I don't know if I will get these units retrained. Don't know. Path blocked for the diplomat, retinue expansions for Loki Khan, Rukar, and path blocked. Right, and already, I mean, we don't have any money to do anything with. We have exhausted our movement points. The agent can actually walk up a little bit, and just like that, we can see they have some ranged units. Vineyard levies, I think these are like the basic bitches of the Drowinian armies, but they also have a lot of pikes, which is going to hurt, a lot of shields, some spears, and Drowinian sword masters. These are not going to be fun to face at all. So either way, we will have to just try and form some kind of a death circle in the absolute opening or at the gate when they break that one down. But I want to do more actions, but we can't really. Everything's already all the movements is already exhausted, so let's just skip through the next turn. Most likely it's a bad strategy of me to push east when we are already so under such pressure from Drowinian. Maybe we should just focus on that. What the hell happened here?
You, my enemy.
They were reinforced. Okay.
Let us settle matters on the field of battle.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
An honor to serve. Yes.
We need to keep moving.
At once.
We don't have a spy or anything over there.
How may I serve?
Also, it looks like we're going to have a lot of cavalry in that army, which is not going to be that useful for a siege, to be honest. And we are still just a little bit in the green. I mean, what if I put you just like right there? Then you would reinforce. And also, I guess
We shall end this day in triumph.
we should win if we fight this on the battlefield. But also, now I gave them an opportunity to get a sally out of me. So this was an absolutely horrendous strategy. Also, I don't quite understand how Lest is getting such devastation here when all the armies are in Strondost. Or is there some border here that I'm just completely missing?
As you will. Unseen, invisible.
Okay.
As you will.
At least, if we stand here, we have a decent enough visibility. This was just an absolutely horrendous strategy. I should have taken the fort or something. Retinue expansions, great stuff. And Mistrand, I've already sent that unit to the front lines. Alliance announced Warriors of Khand and Remnants of Angmar. That's good that Khand wants to collaborate with Angmar.
As you will.
That
As you will.
makes them less likely, rather, to turn to the bright side, is what you call it now, these days. I want to see if we already have a trading agreement. Of course we should have a trading agreement with them. Yes, we do. So, you start moving over there. I really should second guess my actions a bit more than I do. Kalenhad is still belonging to Gondor.
As you will. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Which is A-okay. Can we get any? We can't get any more mercenaries here.
Honor to serve.
And there we have a Jovinian fleet.
Right, fool. It's
But
an
as
enemy
long
ship.
as we keep putting a blockade on Karasant, I think that's good.
My ears are yours.
Okay, already ready, and now Jovinian most likely is going to attack my small little army outside and get a sally out. This is going to be brutal. This is exactly what Jovinian needed. Alright, can actually just
We are
pull back. Okay, and then they didn't do anything more. That's fortunate for me. Now, Eredluin rejects a gift. Okay, so Eredluin are going to be our adversaries. What do I want you to do here, I wonder? And we can't retrain shit, but we are losing units for every turn.
It will be an. How may I serve?
So what happens if I attack you? Then it's 3 to 4. It's still bad for us. So I think the best
This place is not reachable. No mortal man may.
the
walk
best
to
chance
path.
I have
This place
is
not
to actually have a defensive position in Strondost. Okay, and
Noble
you
one.
move up north. We have Algeir here, and looks like they actually have a pretty sizable garrison. Let's just buy some more mercenaries, and then next turn we will lay siege to it.
Be an honorable battle.
Still just ever so slightly in the green. And if I start moving you, then I won't be anymore. Man, this is
Your will.
nerve-wracking.
As you will. As you will. As you will.
Litash?
I
Oh,
shall
really?
inform them of your
One
will.
tile
Resting
away from
here.
it. And you?
Yes, my master. As you will.
We should
As
have
you will.
Rohan
As you will.
somewhere around
As
here.
You will. As you will.
Somewhere. And please, just attack me now. Okay. This is going to suck balls. They outnumber me by over 1,000 troops. Their strength is stronger than ours as well. They have Avadi warriors as well. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Save that one on rune 2. And then just get on it.
One of us shall fail to give
And we have to do
war
our
in
just
battle.
absolute best, whatever we can do, of course. Work to our advantages. Just work on the protecting the gate as much as possible. Start the deployment. Please don't tell me that they have any... Okay. They do not have any siege equipment, so they will have to run around. And that's hopefully going to make them pretty darn tired. Right. Righto, righto. And might be good to have you here, but actually I'm thinking that I'd rather have swords close by, and you can start shooting from the side maybe. Archers, you can stand right here. What are you? Even more archers. You are the general. Don't really want you up on the wall, to be honest. Have to consider that they will send a whole bunch of people up on the walls. And you move down first. And you, I think you can do a great job saving it from that end. And you can start shooting from there. Archers. Man, they have so many ladders. Okay, you don't need to be over there. What do we have here? You don't need to be there either, to be honest. So let's move you over here if we can. Nope. Come on. There we go. Right there. Archers. Archers. No. Archers. All the freaking siege equipment that they have. Okay, and you can't fit up there. How annoying. What the hell is this? There we go. Now, shield wall formation. You. There. You. There. And you will, of course, need to be what hopefully holds this shiznits together. And then we also have the spears, privateer axemen, some swords as well. I wonder if you... No, let's keep the swords down here. Man. So derpy on where I can put my units. And you don't need to be over there. Bunch of archers. However, if we put you in a much denser formation, then you can actually get some pretty decent shots off on these units. And you will be useful here. Now, let's try to put our spears in decent positions. Spears. 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 This, I mean, they don't have, they can't form a spear wall or anything like that, but they can form a shield wall, which means that they will be a bit more difficult to fight through. And you will need to be what actually deals damage. Same thing with you and you. Okay. I think this might be as good as we can get it. All of my units appear to be on the front line, and also I'm hoping that they will have to run a far way around. In that case, maybe I want to put... I mean, both of these towers are activated, but then I'm thinking that it would be nice to activate towers around on more sites. So in that case, in that sense, would be good to have a... it would be good to have a cavalry unit. And these guys on the wall are going to hurt us a lot. And I don't really have anything that can take them down. We have you. And I think... Okay, what I'm going to try to do here, you over here, is to use the crossbows. Maybe even from the ground when they have started to climb up on the walls. Right, this is going to be messy, but I'm just gonna do my absolute best, as always. Righto, start the battle. Thorn Bladesman, Thorn Crossbowman. It's really good that these units... Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I was gonna say that it's really good that they are on the ladders. Right, and you like that. You can just form a big old blob right there. And your bowmen got onto the ladder instead. Interesting. Do that the bladesman. Okay, they dropped that siege tower. They dropped that one. Okay, they are dropping a whole bunch of siege equipment. How interesting. I need you... Okay, I need to shoot at the high paladins. And you... don't need to be there anymore. but rather I need you to run over here. Now we have so much units, so many units up here that shouldn't really have to be there. Right, and Thorn Guard, that's spears, so we want them dead as well, of course. We already dropped 7%, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Actually, let's see if I can rather use you over on that side, please. And give it to your axemen there. And the Faerûn mercenaries, I'd like to see maybe there. Or like this.
Our thrice cursed foes are attacking our gates with rams.
Yep. Okay, this is not good. Come on. Can we run over somehow? Okay, just run over there for now. And shots are getting off. But we're also taking a beating from their crossbows, so we'll be running back now. And what is shooting at us? Vineyard Bowman. Can you shoot at the Thorn Crossbowman? I think that would be a good idea. But I mean, as soon as they've run out of ammunition, they shouldn't be too big of a threat towards us. But you can run down because you're only taking damage from there. And crossbows.
The enemy's ram is through our gates.
Crossbows, you can actually run up here and then fire at will. You are already shooting a bunch of stuff. You run down. You run down. Okay, so now shit's going to hit the fan tremendously. And as soon as we can start shooting at the paladins, we will. Okay, they broke quickly. Now start shooting at the paladins, please. And all of you, guard mode, please. Shoot at the Thorn Crossbowman, and hopefully our towers are doing a tremendous job at bringing down as many as possible.
Bloodied. They have lost half
damn.
their men.
Okay, this army has lost half their men. Run down, please. Great, now you stop shooting, you stop shooting. We have spent so many of our arrows on what's most likely the wrong target. Because this is not going to be the difficult part. The big ass blob on 2k units is going to be the difficult part. Stop shooting, and you start shooting as well. Because I think you can do some tremendous damage if you stand over here when their main army is coming. There we go. At least we're getting a lot of good shots off. So that's great. And if we stand right there with you, then you will be activating a whole bunch of towers. And you... Okay, we are already activating towers on that side, but it would be great if I can run you over here. And maybe that way you could activate some of these towers. We can deal as much damage as possible. Okay, how's it going here? We are actually pushing, which I told them not to do. You can see the disable or the guard mode here, right? Pull back. Pull back and pull back. Told you to defend, you freaking donuts. And the towers are doing a tremendous job. Spearman, you should also not be that far forward. I want to lead them in just a little bit, and then they will understand that they are surrounded. Great, so how's it looking over here? General, I want you to rather be on this side, actually. There we go. And the towers are shooting, which is great. And can you maybe get some shots off on them? And it sounds like these towers are actually active. Yes, they are. Which is just absolutely beautiful. And the crossbows on this end is a big waste, actually, because it looks like thorn crossbowmen, thorn bladesmen, and those will take a lot of damage from these towers, actually. Right, crossbows. I need you to be somewhere else entirely. You pull back. What? Why doesn't guard mode work? This is absolutely bonkers, I tell you. We lost 13, but we killed 31. There we go. Run there now, please. How's it going for you? When you're up here, I want you to use fire at will. And the fire arrows, hopefully, will just absolutely ruin their morale. That's at least what I'm hoping. Oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Run back. And we'll go this route instead. And this is just going to be one big, humongous blob of infantry units fighting. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. How's it going for you? You are up. And I think you should be shooting. Right, now we have the fire arrows going. Which is great. And they are losing. Just look at this big trail of dead units. We lost 15%, they lost 38, and that's mostly just the first army. And now they are pushing through. Great, so you run in, you also run in. But apart from that, we really just need to hold this location. Actually, I think it might be pretty sweet if I run you up here. Please. And you can shoot whatever ammunition you have left on them. Can you get any shots off in the back of the wind? Actually, shoot at the Thorn Guard right here. And they are pushing, so now we can start pushing back with our heavier troops. This is just going to be one big blob. Interesting. And now, use our power as well. Plus 150% own army combat effectiveness. I think that should be a good skill to have. And also, I want you there to just activate the towers. And it looks like you are getting some beautiful shots off in their backs as well. So, what happens if I just hypothetically run them out here and then start attacking in the backs? Actually, I want you to run over there, please. And you. I want you to help as well. Everyone's fighting in the... is fighting at the gate here. Now we need to get the... crossbow to start shooting as well. We lost 25%, they've lost 50, but I mean... yeah. It's a lot of units that they have here. Hopefully, I think the crossbows should be doing a decent amount of damage. Hopefully.
News comes unlooked for.
Oh,
The
building
enemy
lost.
have
Oh
taken
my...
our walls.
Okay. Are you any 3 melee, 2 defense? This is not something that I want involved in melee. But you are on your way. I mean, we are just running out of melee troops. Unfortunately. So I'll have you run over here actually. And what if I put you there? Then you can just use fire arrows. We are losing a lot of our Rovarian spearmen, but we lost 31 to their 54. It's just ever so slightly in our favor right now. You run down, and then you'll have to reinforce. You think you're actually getting some pretty decent shots off, but I want to see if we can somehow... No, let's just have you shoot here. The towers are of course doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And this flank is going to break any second now. If you can't get over. And we might just actually have to throw in the archers as well. Come on. So, just to make sure that we have... that all the towers are active. Run. And you... there, please. And then the fire arrows right here in this blob. As long as we don't hit too many of our own troops, it should be okay. You run there. What do we have here? You get in there, you. And are you getting any shots up whatsoever? The towers are doing an absolute monster of a job, which is great. Okay. That's not really the position I told you to get into. Run there, please. Okay, we've lost 40%, they've lost 62, so now our deaths are starting to really pile up. You shoot fire arrows at the sword masters, please. This should be a really good shot, because we're really weak here. So we can use the fire arrows right into their lines here without causing too much friendly fire, which is just... great. What are you doing? Get in there, please. You're eager still. Right, and you... I mean, you're still causing damage, right? Is anyone here shooting?
He is no longer in command of the castle.
I have no idea what you're actually shooting at, though.
We must pray they lose their will to fight.
Okay, some of you are shooting, but not nearly as many as could be shooting. Okay, now. Oh, right, we're setting units on fire.
Curses! Our enemy has command of the castle!
What? Who has command of the castle? Okay, one stinking little high paladin. Okay, how's it going? 47 to 70. And now they are pushing like absolute madmen into the last... Oh, look at me. We have so low numbers of units. Here we go. If we can just hold here, then that would be great. Come on,
the enemy's general lies dead.
And now the general is dead as well, so now they should start to break. In the best of worlds. And that is actually Hargast, so that's a real general, not just a captain.
Only half our force remains.
Yeah, we are losing units, that's for sure. And it's still this guy. If they take, if they win that way, I will be one pissed guy. I'm still really disappointed at our crossbows, to be honest. Maybe all of them really didn't really have the range. There we go. Get in there, you.
The enemy is no longer in command of the castle.
Okay, might not be the best to send in the archers, but instead you. Right, you charge in there, and we should be out of arrows now as well. How good are you? 9 melee attack, 15 defense. They are not good in melee. Not good. Okay, and now just charge in, please.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
And right, the town center is free as well, which is beautiful. They've lost 88, and now charge in. I mean, we've lost a lot of privateer axemen as well. A lot of really good troops has perished this day.
The enemy general flees like an old woman. Attack
Great.
and break the will of his men.
Now you don't have to be in shield
They
wall
run
anymore.
like children. Scour them
Now we
from the
just have
field.
to capture as many as possible. You run out and try to capture them. Vineyard bowmen. Okay, and most likely the towers will be
Behold our
MVPs
worthless foe.
for today.
See how their general turns tail and flees like a
Please.
whipped dog. Our enemy
Okay.
flees before
Great,
us like a
there
herd
it
of
is.
goats.
97%. Let's
Drive them from the
actually
battle.
continue a little bit just to see if we can get a lot more kills. I think there's not that many units left to capture, actually, to be honest. Okay, I think this is close enough. 98%. Let's just exit and be
Enemy must curse the
absolutely
day they were born.
thrilled
Let all the poets write
that
of
we
this most
survived.
wondrous triumph.
974 lost, but we killed 2,500 units. I mean, I accept those stats for sure, and most likely the towers dealt like 1,000 of those. MVP, Lokinarim, the general's bodyguard. 200 kills, that's beautiful stuff. I want to check the crossbowmen. 75. Very, very disappointed, actually. It looked like they had a beautiful vantage point, and they didn't even plow through a third of their ammunition. But still, Strondost is safe for now, and now we just need to retrain all of our units and see how long it takes until they'll send another army. Or we should go on the offensive and lay siege to one of their settlements. That would be the ballsy thing to do. Because it's not only important to give me territory, it's important to, like, take territory from them. Okay, just like that, they actually sent another army. But at least we will have one little reinforcing group of, like, two regiments, or whatever you call it.
Your will. As you
Let's
will.
see,
As you
Rohan.
will.
There we go.
What is it you wish to discuss?
I want to discuss trade rights, my man.
You hold us at ransom.
And
Another
you have
proposition
meager
for us,
wealth.
then?
So map information for a single payment of 800 maybe? Yes.
Acceptable until we meet
They
again.
accepted that. So now
As
let's
you
move
will.
on to
Our
Isengard.
journey awaits.
And then Dunland, Clans of Enedwyth, etc. We have a lot of fun stuff here.
Yes, my master.
You,
Have a proposition
trade
for us?
rights.
This seems quite
Quite
reasonable.
reasonable. They're
There is
very
something
poor.
else
I don't
you
know
wish
if
to propose,
very
then?
poor is more poor than meager. If I give you map information, you make a single payment of 800 as well. That works.
Seems like a most well. That seemed fruitful.
Great beans.
Farewell.
Great balls of fire. Now, let's see if you
Seeking
can
an
go
audience.
down and talk to
As you
the
will.
High Elves, or maybe I should
Resting
just push west. Let's just push west with you.
Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Great. And we also got Daddy-type clansmen at my capital.
How
Great
may I
stuff.
serve? Yes, noble
Let's
master.
actually, you're not free upkeep, so I will move you out to
Noble one.
reinforce that army.
We will
And we will
engage
lay
them
siege to this
honorably.
castle.
We shall endure
And
outside
hopefully
their
we'll be
walls.
able to
Please,
siege
how may I
them
serve?
down
The sun sets on today's
5
journey.
turns. So they won't stand for that long. Pretty soon their units will start to starve.
Orders.
There we go. And merge up. And retrain. You, and you, and you, and you. Let's see how many we'll be able to actually retrain before we're attacked again. Military garrison would be a good thing, but it takes 4 turns. And we'll get 2 garrison units, and I mean, don't think we'll be able to get it in time, unfortunately. Meeting hall would be good. Free upkeep units 1, but also the recruitment slots allow 3. Let's actually give that a shot. 2 turns. We might be able to get that. And also,
Honor to
if you
serve.
just go out and we get mercenaries, and run back in. Now, all of a sudden, this looks a lot better defended, to be honest.
My eyes.
Also, a bit surprised that you weren't able to see that coming, to be honest. Karasent, still pretty weak. Weak garrisoned. It would be nice to send an army to take that.
I'd never take orders from you.
Oh, also,
That's
you had
right,
units
fool.
in the ships.
Orders. Closing to engage.
So, we sunk their ship, and that's most likely like 3 reinforcing units that died there as well. So that's good stuff. Good beans. Path block, construction complete, and Mahad, you got a communal farming. That's good that someone is able to put some money, to make some money, rather. Brothel, 40 income. How in the red am I right now? Negative 104. So now I'd rather like to see if there's anywhere I can build like a cheap trading post or something. Roads. Farming. Actually, I might save my money. Actually, a bazaar, that would be fun. Master Mason's Hall would be really good to have here, actually, because there are so many things I should get here. Let's just queue that up. And hopefully
How may I serve? Yes,
we'll get it soon enough. Lest... What's... I mean, hopefully your... devastation. Look at this. This should be such a rich settlement, but I'm losing 1,400 to devastation. And there's not even anyone in this region. Like, where does this start? Where does Strondos start, and where does it stop? I don't really know these things. Actually, after we get that, a leather tanner would be good to get in some place where I can get a leather worker would be good as well. Leather tanner in Strondos. Yeah, why? No. 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 Okay, let's go leather worker in Mataram. That might be just an amazingly bad idea. But at least we are investing and trying to dig ourselves out of this damn hole that we're in. High tax rate there. High tax rate there. I can go to very high. I don't need to worry about the population so bad, to be honest. What now? Are we... Right, we did spend some money as well, so it doesn't really show accurately how much money you can count on. Very high tax rate. Leads to no population growth. Let's just keep the... Actually, it looks like it makes us quite a bit to have high instead. So let's go with that. Great beans. Great beans. End of turn report, right. Enemy army routes, which is great stuff. What do you have? You have 4 armies, or 4 units. It might be a fun idea to just storm out of Strondos, to be honest, and take that army down. And then go to Karasant. I mean, no one remembers a coward, right? But if I take you out of Strondos, most likely it will be a pissy settlement. They will be very, very disgruntled. And governor's influence 35. A lot of cultural unrest. Which is something that we absolutely need to take care of course. Let's just, for now, sit still in Strondos. And move to the next turn, because I think I've exhausted all of my movement, right? Yeah.
Yes, my master.
Next turn. Okay, so this episode might only be like 4, 5, 6 turns. Interesting stuff. Please, Dorwinion, just fold. I know you're at war with Dol Guldur. And I hope that Dol Guldur absolutely whips your behind. There we go. New mission. Take Neburka. Right. Should that be my priority? Maybe. You keep sieging, and we'll siege until they sally out, actually. And then I'll send you
Orders?
to tower this region up. What's going on here? Dark Sanctuary maybe as well? How can we remove devastation? How can we get rid of that stuff? A brothel? Do you decrease devastation? Feels like you would rather increase moral corruption. But who knows these things? Let's actually just get a dark sanctuary and hope that it has some kind of a positive effect.
My ears are
And their army actually moved back. No, they're still here. Still around.
I will only address you
In battle.
as you
Come and
And
get
you have
me,
crossbows, bowmen, levies. So, I mean, it's a decent army in the sense that they are basically stocked up against anything except they don't have any cavalry. So we could just give it a shot, run out. Oh, a general.
to serve.
How interesting.
Noble one.
So
Yes,
then we
noble
could
master.
move you out. And we could also send maybe just some units to
Orders. We rest
capture
here
this
until dawn.
settlement. But for that we need to open this blockade. So many things to do, so many things. But let's not look at that for now. Q stalled, right, we couldn't afford to start building. And Marwan Abdus Uldur. I mean, we are getting a lot of good retinue expansions. And Marwan, of course, one of our kids coming of age. And Lest got a trading post, which is awesome. Privateer Axeman, you got retrained, so now you should be at full strength. The best of worlds. Right, so I'm thinking, like, taking you
Honor to serve.
and the
my
cavalry,
lord.
you,
Yes,
cavalry,
noble master.
and a bunch of ranged
Your will, my
units.
lord.
But I'm just terrified of the crossbows, of their ranged units. I'm absolutely terrified of them. Maybe I should just bring some of my own.
Orders.
A lot of
Will, my
privateer
lord.
units. And you, and
How
you,
may I
and
serve?
you,
Orders.
and
Noble
you.
one.
My lord.
If I take all of you out. Okay. Still happy enough.
Honorable
And they are
master.
standing. So I will actually make an attempt on defeating them here, and maybe just move on till they cease to cut us Sant right away, because they won't be able to recruit while I'm there. So, let's see if you can earn your stripes in this battle, Marwan. You just came of age. It would be really unfortunate if you were to die here.
We are top.
Knock on wood. But they only have a captain. We have a general, so morale should be in our favor, hopefully. Righto. Start the deployment, because I think the weather is absolutely fantastic. And we have a pretty good hill advantage here as well. So we'll put all of you up on the hill. And most of all, of course, our ranged units. And melee, we don't actually have a lot of melee. We do have, of course, some, but I'm not planning on having to use them that much. Right. Now let's see where they march off. Just keep moving forward. I mean, we are too far away to actually reach them, unfortunately. I'd also like to see which of their units have the general. Looks like the crossbows have the... Oh, the regular archers have the general. That's really good for us, actually. Okay. So... You... Only you... Okay, you can't reach anything at all here. We have to keep just being a bit cautious when moving forward, because we of course still want to have the advantage, the range advantage, and the cavalry we need to run around, and it would be nice if we could get a sneaky charge off on their captain. And we are in range, with the bowmen at least. So now we are shooting at their thorn crossbowmen, I suppose. Right, great. And you need to move forward quite a bit until you can start shooting. Okay, you can actually start shooting right now. So, now, if they just want to stand there, then that's absolutely okay by me. Also want to see if we can actually, if we actually reach anything. So far, I don't see any arrows reaching them. So what are we actually shooting at? Let's see if I can move you up until you're shooting at the Thorn Bladesmen. You should already be able to reach them, but I don't see any arrows raining down here. Is it just me, or are they not shooting any arrows? Looks like all of them are just shooting air, basically. So I will group you up again, then move you up even more. Then I'll run the cavalry around. Most likely they will start moving their levies soon because they are their spear units, and they will try to interrupt my cavalry. There we go. Their archers are actually moving up to greet us. Get into position quickly, please. There we go. And this should be nice. Oh, yes, it was. Killed so many of their units. They are shaken. We can actually pull back now.
Victory is well within our grasp.
And want you on
Our
group.
foe will surely see this
And
lose
then
heart.
you start shooting at the crossbows, please. And now you turn around and you charge them again. We didn't quite get their captain. So, and you don't think we have to move a lot quite yet. You
The enemy's general
run
lies
back,
dead.
and that's the general dead.
Men can sense their doom upon them.
And we should also be charging on their crossbows. Please run back. Don't quite know what you're up to. You run up and attack the levies. You run up and attack them. And you run back. Great, and now the cavalry try to kill the crossbowmen. That would be great. You actually run around and see if we can get a good flank off here. Okay, what about here? Okay, they are broken, which is great.
The enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to
You
fight.
run back here and we'll start shooting. No, where are you going? Why are you going there? You are hell-bent on dying, aren't you? Okay, you don't fire at will anymore. He's had enough. You please run, and we'll fast forward just a little bit because I am impatient.
The enemy flees before us like
Oh,
a herd
great.
of goats.
Now
Drive
we can
them
just-
from the battle.
Now we can just collect them. We lost 4%. Hopefully we'll heal some of them, or one at least, %. But the general is dead, so we don't need to worry about that star getting off the field.
Cavalry.
And just take the last one as well. 99%. As close to 100. There we go.
Great victories are like sweet
That was
nectar.
great stuff. We
Come,
lost
let
35
us drink
units.
of the
We
most rare
killed
and
420.
glorious fruit.
But we took 300 prisoners as well. MVP Privateer Cavalry. Yeah, they did some beautiful charging. And we lost 36 Daritite warriors, healed 4, so we didn't really heal a lot, unfortunately. But at least now that army is taken care of, and we can keep moving north and hopefully lay siege to their coastal city right there. That would be gravy. Because that would also free up, if we can take Karasant, that would free up our cavalry, or not our cavalry, our fleet rather.
An honor to
Move
serve.
towards Karasant, and we
We
can
close
get
for battle.
just some Rovarian riders, but that's not our priority right now. Because that cavalry is weak as balls. Oh my god, Dorwinian capital. Huh. I thought their capital was somewhere around here. Maybe not.
Yes,
But let's
noble
hope
master.
that you will be able to reach Karasant unchallenged. And you
Noble one.
keep sieging them. If you were to attack now, 1,300 troops, 1,337. Elite. If you can just siege that down.
Orders.
Have we already exhausted all of our movement points? That's bonkers. Do we need to worry about culture here? We don't really. But also, I think it would be good to get that population growth bonus. And now, we spent a lot of money. Projected treasury total, 396. Oh, balls.
Your will.
You can actually keep
As you
moving.
will.
Now I need to think, where can we find... There we have a Dunedain
I shall
stronghold,
inform
so
them
that
of
would
your
be a
will.
place to find the
Resting
Dunedain. Dunedain. And you?
Yes, my master.
You
will.
need to find
Yes, my master.
Isengard,
As you
who is
will.
hopefully doing an
As you will.
absolutely smashing
Tomorrow's
job on
journey
messing up
awaits.
Rohan. Let's hope so. Right, already time to end the turn. We might not be able to get that little coast, that little island village. Okay, and Drowinion has sent another army out in the field to challenge us. Most likely it's just like one unit. It looks as though there could be one, maybe two units in there.
Come and get
Two.
me, you
One of them
coward.
being cavalry as well. Need to get closer. Check it, Sant Anui. And if I just move you to lay siege to Karasant
We will engage them
and
honorably.
build some rams, build
Laying
some
siege to
ladders,
the enemy.
and just hold the
Awaiting your
siege,
order,
because
you
this
strike.
these towers are going to deal a lot of damage for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Oh my god. We had some money, spent it all, and now we're broke again. But I think
may I
I
serve?
should move
Your will,
some
my
of
lord.
you into that
Orders. The
fort.
most honorable victory.
There, we'll start saving
These
quite a lot of
lands are
money.
ours.
And
Noble
what if I
one.
move you out? I want to move you
At
as far
once.
as possible so you can
Yes.
still come back. Build a tower
Setting a
for
watch
some
here.
visibility. And then go back into Strondos
At
because you are
once.
making us some money there
How
actually.
may I serve?
Great. You 34 in upkeep. Feels like such a cheapskate right now. What if I move you there?
March.
Move you
How
back.
may I serve? We move.
This works. Not really. But I mean, at least we are saving a lot of money in upkeep. That's great. And I just hope that no one will... we have a good visibility over this territory, but I don't know if
As you will.
Drowinion has even more settlements. No, they don't really.
As you will.
But okay, you have some good visibility. That's great.
Your will.
And
As
that's
you will.
Angmar,
As
who are
you will.
dear friends of mine.
As you will. As you will.
Great, and
Yes, my
you...
master.
I
As
want
you
to
will.
start running
As
into
you will.
Isengard troops.
As
Really?
you will.
Oh, is this the
As you will.
Isengard Citadel?
Seeking an
Oh, great.
audience.
And there we have
Come to the end of
Sauron as
today's
well,
road.
so we can talk to him. Great, and you are still sieging. 8 turns until they surrender.
An
Might
order
be
to serve.
just as well to
We
storm
close
this
for battle.
in the
Has
next
time come,
turn.
noble one?
I think that'll have to wait till the next episode. It was 1337 last time, 1314. Of course, they will start losing more the closer they get to the surrender. So I think we'll just siege that one out. We are still making money, and I think I want to keep it that way. Queues are stalled, construction complete. In Strondos, you got the meeting hall, which is, of course, absolutely wonderful. But if we get better culture, then you should start being free upkeep as well, right?
Yes,
No,
noble
I can't see
master.
that right now. Retraining complete in Strondos, Faerun mercenaries, right? And I put all of those units in the fort. I think this is so far looking quite good,
Noble one.
quite decent. And you
Orders.
move into that fort, and
We
just
march.
like that, I'm saving even more money. Looks like I'm saving the exactly same amount of money, to be honest. You are still there as well. We have an independent army here. Would be
An
very
honor to
nice
serve.
if you go out of them. Okay, then they are really
once.
pissy. I want to move you
Yes.
as far as possible
Noble
so you
one.
can still go back.
At once.
Now I'm really playing with fire. If I...
Setting a watch here.
Okay, the watchtower didn't do shit. But I would like to get a good visibility there. So maybe... How much do you
Orders.
cost? 275, so it's really good to have you there. But also would be good to power up this entire borderline. Okay, I will end this episode with a end of turn, actually. So we can start the next episode fresh. Have we already gone by Darwinian? Fans of Enedwythe are up to something. I think we've already surpassed Darwinian their turn. And I'm still nervous as to when their big-ass stack will come at us. Gondorian Splendor, that's not something we want to see. We made money, a lot of green in the balance of power ratings. Queues are stalled still. Faction announcement, look at that. A lot of retinue expansions. Vivarium, +2 public happiness. And +5% trade. Really, I would need you in a settlement ASAP. Also, we can get some good mercenaries here, but nope, not this time. And Khan Morgoth. Okay, you are making some trade money here, which is great. Great. And also Abdu's retinue expansions, authority, renown, and fertility. Ooh, we can buy ourselves a bodyguard. And also some other units, which is great. But most of all, I want the Master Mason's Hall so I can start investing in like ports, crop rotation, chicken farming, a lot, trader exchange, of course. A lot of these economic buildings that we really need. Construction reports, right. And Mahad and Lest, all of you got Dark Sanctuary. So now the culture and population growth should go in the right direction. Should. Market. Ooh, and look at that. You're starting to make some money. Devastation is going down. That makes me happy. Happy. Great. Now, I will wrap this episode up for today. So thank you so much for watching, if you watched it this far. We have defended Trondost, and we have killed another little army. And what if I attack you? Will I get a sally out? That's something that we'll see in the next episode, I suppose. But we're also laying siege to Algier, which is, as I believe, it's a very important settlement for Rhûn. And also it kind of bottles off this region to Dale if they want to come stomping as well. So thank you so much. Any tips or tricks, requests or recommendations, please write them down in the comments section below. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.
The Weird Bubble!